All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
And we're going to start out by giving our praises to
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushai,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Hakodash. A double honors to the elders and apostles for teaching us this truth. Blessed to the brothers pushing the word throughout the four corners. Peace and blessing unto the elect. All right, whom this word is preached unto. All right, we're going to come back to the obedience of the scriptures. We got a beautiful lesson going into what are you feeding? You know, is you feeding the spirit or the flesh? You see, and both of those have an outcome. You know, both of them have a reward behind it. You know, if you feed this flesh, hey, you ultimately going to receive those missiles, the famine, death, destruction, the swords, all the plagues that the Lord speaks of in the Bible. But if you ultimately serve the Spirit, you ultimately going to be, Lord willing, accounted worthy to escape those said perils. You see those things that's coming unto America, man. All right, those that are in the flesh, hey, the whole world live in wickedness, man. Lord willing, we get that. You see, because hey, we living in a time where wickedness and pleasures of life is on a full blast, you know. It's 100%. The volume on it is turned up. They say wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and the hurtful works are fulfilled. So, Lord willing, we're going to get into this article. Lord willing, you be edified.
Yeah, this one, the article, livingproof.com. It said, what are you feeding?
Right.
How feeding the flesh can destroy you.
Right. How feeding the flesh can destroy you, man. Hey, this article, man, it's hitting key points, man. Feeding your flesh. Hence, Galatians. Keep going on that.
It said, if you feed a stray cat, you know it's going to come back.
Right.
The truth is whatever you feed follows you.
Right.
It comes back to you. The same principle applies to feeding fleshly desires.
Basically, you are what you eat, pretty much, man.
Yep.
If you sitting in here like Jake, you know, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Indians, 2/3 of our wicked people, they out here eating all types of abomination, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they eating crab legs, shrimp. You know, Jake having a whole seafood boil and recording himself, you know, breaking the crab leg. You know, hey, basically eating the bottom feeders, man. The things they're supposed to clean the earth, you eating it.
Yep.
You see, they're supposed to, you know, kind of nourish it and renews and cleans things. You eating it, man.
Yep.
You see?
Yeah, if I can add too, like the music. Jay
Right,
wake up, you know, first thing they wake up and turn on some NBA Youngboy. You
Right.
know, and they start I know some Jakes can't start their day off unless they smoking a blunt.
Man.
You know, they start off listening to their crap and wondering why these people, you know, just shoot each other. And mad shootouts and shit, man.
Right.
You know, the bug out. Because, you know, what you put in your mind, also what you feeding it. And sometimes with us, we got to catch ourselves. We can be bobbing my head to it. You know, like, it makes it seem like we agreeing to it. No, we can't be like that. It's a balance to everything.
Right.
You know, but it said the truth is whatever you feed, follow you, it comes back to you. The same principle applies to feeding fleshly desires.
Man.
The Bible says that, like, can you get that scripture, make you a laughing stock in the apocryphal? It said the same principle applies to feeding fleshly desires. The Bible says that feeding the flesh, feelings that lead to bitterness, perfection, addictions, and anger, leads to death and destruction.
Right.
Yep. It said the fruit of feeding our desires is rotten and can slowly start to destroy you.
Ooh.
However, when you feed, it said, however, when we feed the spirit, it leads to life, peace, and joy.
That's beautiful. It's going to slowly destroy you because guess what? And ultimately, we all know that the issues of death come from the Lord. So the Lord is long suffering, man. That's why I say, man, we just going to light it over scriptures out. Get that one too that say not I have sinned and what harm have happened unto me.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, because it says slowly kill you. But I'm going to get this John right here. This is Sirach 18 and 31.
Start at 30.
I got you. This Sirach 18 and 30. Go not after thy flesh, but refrain thyself from thy appetite.
Appetite, you know, the food, you know, the junk food, you know, you constantly overeat.
Right.
Now keep going.
This is Sirach 18 and 31. If thou givest thy soul the desires that please her, she will make thee a laughing stock to thy enemies that magling thee.
Right, so that's the point. You know, you become a laughing stock, now people are laughing at you, checking you.
Right.
So how much more spiritually, you know? You go off on strange philosophy, strange doctrine, man. You bug out. The scripture say what? Count the cost.
Right.
You turn your back from the plow, all that began to mock you, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
That's why it's important to always be spiritual, you know, because when you spiritual, man, hey, you clearly like you really like a judge. You really a judge. You know, you get to discern things, step back, man, get to consider a lot.
Yeah, spiritual man judges all things.
Right. But when you carnal minded, hey, you gonna be a nigga, you gonna move rashly, talk rashly, do everything rashly, man. Everything out of order pretty much, you know.
So right, man, but
right.
Hey, you gotta finish.
Right.
You don't finish, hey, then when the market come in, man, saying what let me get it better, because that precept is in my head, you know. Because we got to finish what we started.
Pretty much.
Luke 14. Let me jump there real quick. This Luke 14:27. What's up? It's like it. Luke 14:27. And whosoever do not bear his cross and come after me and cannot be my disciple. For which of you attended to build a tower, sitting not down first and count the cost, where he had sufficient to finish it? Lest happily after he had laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it began to mock him, laugh at you, man.
Right.
Saying this man began to build and was not able to finish. So you got to finish what you started, man.
Right.
Those that endure to the end, the same should be saved. But the only way you could endure to the end is what you feed in your spirit.
Pretty much.
Which is what this wisdom, knowledge, understanding. But this is Sirach 5. Can I start on 1?
Do your thing.
It says, set thy heart upon thy goods and say not, I have enough of my life.
Right, because that's how everybody be feeling, man. You know, Bill Gates, you think he worried about losing anything? You think Elon Musk worried about losing anything? They know, man. They on to the next thing. They talking about metaverse, man.
Mm-hmm.
You see, they having UFC fights between Elon and, you know, Twitter and Facebook, however, you know, it's going out there.
Yeah.
And they doing the metaverse thing, man.
Okay.
Trying to gradualism pull you people to ultimately Revelations 13 and 16. They're not worried about losing anything. And guess what? Just as much as the judge is, so are the people. The people not worried about losing anything.
Okay. It say, follow not thy own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart.
Right, because there's a way that's saying right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death, man. Kind of going back to the article.
Okay. And say not, who shall control me for my works?
Mm-hmm.
For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride. Say not, I have sinned, and what harm hath happened unto me? For the Lord is long suffering; He will in no wise let thee go.
Hey, and that's scary, man, because ultimately you're gonna die slow, man, and painful. You're gonna understand what they should know it after death by pain.
Mm-hmm.
You see, y'all gonna lose everything, man. Be prepared to lose a lot of things, man. Speaking to you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Indians, but also the whole world, pretty much.
Okay. Then verse 5 say, concerning propitiation, be not without fear to add sin unto sin.
Right.
Yeah.
Because who can sin? Israel.
Yeah.
And what is sin? Transgressions of the law. And the law was given unto Israel, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Indians, man. So that scripture is mainly talking about you. But yet, hey, you engulfed in wickedness. Hey, I'll go ahead and get that, get Matthew 26 and 41.
All right.
And you ain't finished on that article, did you?
Nah, not
okay,
yet.
yeah, we lighten them over precepts.
This Matthew 26 and 41.
Right.
Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation.
Right.
The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak.
Watch and pray, like the brother going into what you feed your spirit. Like the brother said, Jake wake up in the morning, NBA young boy. Jake brush his teeth with the Glock in his hand, man.
Yeah, listen to Big Boogie.
Right, listen to Big Boogie, you know.
Yeah.
You know, like it's Jake's spirit thrown off. So his whole, however he woke up, is how the rest of his day finna be planned out.
Yeah.
And then a nigga wonder why he died. Right. Like recently, man, you just had a artist, rapper, Casino Jizzle.
Yeah, Memphis rapper.
Memphis rapper. Yeah, he died, man, on the 4th, man.
4th of July.
On the 4th. I don't even think it was 12 o'clock yet. You know, till the day rolled over on the 5th day. It was on the 4th, man. You know, you think he woke up and prayed? You think he watched and prayed?
Nah, man.
Nah.
Yep, but that's the thing. It said the spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Flesh, how you doing all types of stuff, man. You gotta, how you overcome it? Watch, prayer, fasting, basically detaching from this world. You see?
Sure.
Backing up from the internet. You know, setting some order for yourself, you know? So that way you can endure to the end.
Yep. This back in this article, it said, what does the culture say?
Right.
You know, especially black culture, man. That's BS.
Right.
The word black in itself, when you look it up, mean death.
Right.
To sum it all up, it mean death, mean wickedness, wicked, void of light.
Mm-hmm.
You see? So it said most of us hear messages from the culture such as there's time to be serious and settle down later. That's one of them. Then the other one said, the second point, you only live once, so live it up now.
All right, YOLO. Hey, everybody has that spirit right now. That's stronger than ever.
Yep.
People ain't have no care in the world about what's gonna happen to them. Therefore, it is fully set in everybody to do wickedness, pretty much.
Hey, I was gonna ask you, can you get there? Can you get there now? Since you quoted in class these, let's start at 8 and 11.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the mindset of these people. You only live once. Right. You get one life. Live it up to the fullest.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and get it.
It's Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily.
Right, because the Lord is long suffering.
Right.
Go ahead.
Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
What wickedness, to go off, because they ain't been judged for the things they are doing.
Right.
You know, like you were saying, they wake up, listen to some Future, Gucci flip flop, so their whole day is on that.
Right.
You know, committing adultery. Committing adultery going on 30 years, 25 years, 10 years, and have nothing happened to them.
Right.
You know? But best believe the Most High will no wise let thee go.
Man.
Go ahead.
It's Ecclesiastes 8 and 12. Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it should be well with them that fear the Lord, which fear before him.
Yep.
But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he fear not before the Most High.
And that's why the scripture say, envy not the glory of a sinner.
Right.
You know?
Hey, that's beautiful. You know what?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, jump to Galatians chapter 5, verse 16.
You get that now?
Yeah.
I know Galatians 5.
Damn it, I know Galatians 5.
Oh, you said Galatians. Okay.
Yeah, Galatians.
I said Colossians. It's like it.
Dang.
Yeah, this Galatians 5:16.
That's Most High not mocked. Alright.
Most High not mocked.
Mocked, yeah.
Now this is a good one too. We come back to that one then.
Okay.
This Galatians 6 and 7.
Alright.
It said, "Be not deceived. The Most High is not mocked."
Right. Be not deceived. The Most High is not mocked, man. A lot of these people think the Lord is a joke. They think the Lord is a man of, like, he's soft pretty much. Like, he ain't gonna do nothing to me. You know, he accept me for me. You know, I was looking at a brother did a video today, and he was going into how Eve said Eve had a picture of her, you know, half naked, and she said, and the man said, what would Jesus do? You know, she said he'll like it. You know, pretty much he'll like the post. You know, like, hey, yeah, and then the brother was like, yeah, you right. Jesus would like it, because Jesus accepts that shit, man. But Yahweh Shai, he don't accept that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Hey, get that 1 Timothy 5 and 6. Because
Right.
that's the thing with you women.
Mhm.
You know, because, you know, this society is really made for y'all. You know, Eve and the serpent. This is our kingdom as well. This and guess what? It's all about having fun. We got so many Israelite camps talking about we can have fun. No, it's not the time to have fun, man.
Right.
All hell about to break loose. But let's get there real quick.
Hey, this is a powerful scripture, man. This is 1 Timothy 5 and 6. But she that liveth in pleasure,
What, living in pleasure? What? The flesh.
man,
A woman is all about her flesh. It's all about me. What can I do to please my flesh?
Man.
You see, that's the pleasure.
So of the woman came the beginning of death. And you starting to really see that in this time. Because a lot of jakes losing their lives because they following up behind these women. And these women they don't want to sit at home. They don't want to be simple. They want to live wild and free, man, young and reckless.
Yeah, you look at the situation with Keke, what the whole name, Palmer?
Yo, Keke Palmer.
With Usher.
Right.
I'm looking on social media, all the women justifying her.
Right.
Well, what she wearing is okay. I know one with what she wearing was just what she did to hug us. I'm like, what the fuck? This bitch is half naked, ass shown. She got a whole baby, just had a baby daddy. You see, it's starting to show that I see why the passport bros, they living in the Western women.
Right.
The black woman ain't shit. You see it. You see it.
You see it, man.
But also to you passport bros, hey, y'all still gonna be judged too, cause you rather seek out a carnal woman that not gonna save you instead of seeking out a wisdom. You know what?
That's beautiful.
Finish that.
This 1 Timothy 5:6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth.
So she already dead. All the ones that living in their pleasure, living in their lust, is already dead. Especially these women. Now, since I said Sophia, jump to Sirach 15. I'm gonna give it back. I'm gonna finish the Galatians. So like, I say you can start at 1.
That's the man, I read this last night. Hey, this Sirach 15:1. He that feareth the Lord will do good, and he that
fear the Lord will do good. Because what is fear? The beginning of knowledge. Which is what the first step to be accepted by Yahweh Shema Shai. You see, you gonna do good. Cause what is doing good? Depart from evil.
Right.
You know, go ahead.
And it says, he that hath the knowledge of the law shall obtain her.
Exactly. So obtain her wisdom. You see? Go ahead.
Keep going on that.
Yeah.
I got you. This is Sirach 15:2. As a mother shall she meet him and receive him as a wife married of a virgin.
Keep going.
And with the bread of understanding, shall she feed him.
Shall she feed him
and give him the water of wisdom to drink.
That's it. Hey. Wisdom. With all they get understanding. Because what's going to keep us stable? Wisdom, knowledge, understanding. Isaiah 33:6. You know, I just had to bring that out.
You're good. Hey, I'm going to back you up. Get Sirach 10:19.
Yep.
Because I ain't going to lie, man. Hey, this is beautiful, man. Hey, ultimately, that's where it boils down to. That's how you maintain the spirit, by dwelling with wisdom. See? Full circle, you know?
Yeah, I got that. You want me to finish Galatians 6 and 7? You want me to get this Sirach real quick?
Finish 6 and 7.
Then jump to Sirach.
Yeah.
Yeah, this Galatians 6 and 7.
Don't go all the way down to 10 and then jump to Sirach.
Alright, this Galatians 6 and 7. Be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked.
Right.
For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
Right.
For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption. Boy, but he that soweth to the spirit shall of the spirit reap life everlasting. I'm gonna read that again. So like Galatians 6 and 8. For he that soweth to the flesh, to his flesh, shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the spirit shall of the spirit reap life everlasting, man.
Right, because wisdom will not enter into a malicious soul.
That's it.
And how a soul can be a malicious soul when it's corrupt with the ways of this life. You see? But the Lord had called us to be soldiers. Therefore, we can't entangle ourselves with this life, man. You gotta detach.
In the NLT, they say those who live only to satisfy their own sinful nature will harvest decay and death from their sinful nature, the flesh.
Right.
But those who live to please the Spirit will harvest everlasting life from the Spirit.
Hey, that's beautiful, man.
That's it.
Hey, everlasting life from the Spirit, man. Only to those that fear the Lord will receive everlasting life, man.
Come on, man. It said, and let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall weep if we faint not.
Right.
If we don't give up. Like I was going, hey, that's the Spirit. When I went into the Spirit power of Yahweh Shema Shai, the Luke the 14th chapter, man.
Pretty much.
You know, you got to finish what you started.
Right.
Verse 10, King James said, as we have therefore opportunity, let us do good unto all men, especially unto them who are of the household of faith.
It's beautiful because now, guess what? We are made that example. Jeremiah 3:15. The Lord will give you pastors according to his heart, which should feed you with understanding, man.
Okay.
What did the Lord tell Peter? Counter to the word of the day today. Feed. What did the Lord tell Peter? Thou lovest me, feed my sheep. We got to be that example, man. That's another major reason on why we have to walk in the spirit, because we got people looking up to us. You know, all eyes on us. We're a candle, a light that can't be hid, man.
Yeah, now you feeding, you know, the sheep the wrong message. Hey,
Right.
Lord gonna jack your ass up.
Man.
You feed on talking about ain't no Jacob trouble, the RFID, implantable grain of rice, ain't talking about Revelation 13-16.
Have sex on the Sabbath.
You know,
Right.
you see, you can have sex on the Sabbath. Those GMO food, man.
Right.
That's the wrong nourishing. You know,
Pretty much.
you gotta feed them with the right food, man.
Right.
The Revelation 13-16 is talking about the RFID microchip, man. That's what they're talking about, man. So right, you said Sirach.
Yeah, Sirach 10:19.
Yeah, this Sirach 10:19. They that fear the they that fear the Lord are a sure seed, and they that love him an honorable plant.
Right, an honorable plant, man. Hey, you're gonna be honored for fearing the Lord, man. And how it's gonna show? You're gonna be basically unmovable, rooted.
Yeah.
That's plant. That's when you dealing with plants, you dealing with roots, man.
Yeah.
And guess what? We are rooted in Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai.
But 2/3 though are what degenerate plant.
Man,
You can see it, man.
you see that?
You gremlins niggas, man. It say they that regard not the law or a dishonorable seed, they that transgress the commandments or a deceivable seed.
Right.
That's it.
A deceivable seed, man. Hey, get Psalms 2. Just read 1, and then we're gonna kind of want you to get Romans, the 8th chapter.
Okay, let me go back in this article for you.
Water.
It said, what does the culture say? You know, part 2 of it. It said, you only live once,
Right.
so live it up now.
Right.
Pursue whatever you want now and worry about the consequences later. Boy.
Man, hey, and knowing these things, that's in Romans. That's the 1st chapter, because they know this. They know this. They know, man. It's like they know they supposed to do right, but they taking the consequences for a light thing. You know, they think it's just so light.
Yeah, they worry about the consequence later.
Right.
But they should know this of the death by pain.
Pretty much. It's Romans 1:32. Who knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things are worthy of death.
Right, you being a Mo,
Right.
a trans formal, right? A Decepticon. You see? You know you fucking going off, man. Being a Mo, you know in your spirit that's off, man.
Right.
Lord gonna destroy every last one of y'all, man.
Take you out, man.
Go ahead.
It said they committed such things are worthy of death. Not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do
They
them.
have pleasure in wickedness, man.
Man.
Especially what? These women. I don't want you unless you smoking a blunt or you doing with the woo.
Right. You like
They
damn.
have pleasure in wickedness. They have pleasure in committing adultery. They have pleasure in doing witchcraft, voodoo, reading their tarot cards. They have pleasure in these things, man.
Man.
And the Most High gonna destroy every last one of y'all with that mindset, man. So right, let me read some more.
Put it down.
Let me see. It said, at the moment things seem fun and carefree. Read that again. At the moment things seem fun and carefree.
Right.
However, this thinking encourages us to take risks, doing things we wouldn't normally do.
Alright. And that's to Jake, man. Jake like basically saying you know better, man. You know what you're supposed to be doing. The conclusion of the whole matter, fear the Most High and keep the commandments. That's your whole duty.
Yeah.
But yet you acting like your daddy eat. You are your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do.
Okay. It said, however, this thinking encourages us to take risks, doing things we wouldn't normally do.
Right.
We can end up often unknowingly feeding the flesh the desires that have the potential to destroy us later. Boy.
Man, your flesh having that's scary, man. What's that? The spirit against the contrary.
Control one another.
Yup.
Let's see, can I find it? That's what you called earlier. Galatians 5 and
17.
Yep.
Yep.
Read 16.
Okay. This is Galatians 5, starting at 16. This I say then, walk in the spirit.
Wait, walk in the spirit. How can you walk in the spirit? By obeying the righteous acts of the Lord. You know, rehearsing the righteous acts of the Lord, keeping the laws, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability.
Mm-hmm.
Your conduct, your mannerism in life, man.
Right.
You see? How you live on this earth. You know, you walk it by what? According to the spirit, which is what? This word.
Right.
Go ahead.
And ye should not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
Why you not gonna fulfill the lust of the flesh, the sinful desire? You know, because the flesh is all about what? It's commit sin ultimately, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh.
I mean, where they fight,
Man.
it's a battle.
It's a battle, man,
Go
and it's
ahead.
all within the mind. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's really all in your mind. Like the Bible was going into yesterday, like it's a mental thing. The war in your mind where you be like, man, should I do this or should I not?
Yeah.
But guess what? What it says in the scriptures, the Lord loveth him, but none that dwell with wisdom. So you got to make sure that you are always doing the things that's pleasing to the Most High.
Yeah, it's a spiritual
Right.
battle. Because you could
It's a
say
battle.
you want a woman, you
Mhm.
can't get a woman, but all of a sudden a woman who married come up to you.
Right.
You know, throwing it at you.
And that's experience.
Now you gotta fight.
Right.
You're like, damn, I want a woman, I'm burning, woo to woo. But if I do that, then I'm committing adultery, I'm gonna get destroyed. If I don't do it, I can live.
Right.
You see? It's a battle.
Man.
So you gotta choose that life. Nah, bitch, you got a man. I can't do that.
Right.
You know? Go ahead.
And it said the spirit against the flesh, going to Galatians 5 and 17.
So
Finishing
you
up.
about to make a point, man.
Nope.
Go ahead.
And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would.
Mm-hmm.
But if ye be led of the spirit,
Well, you let the spirit direct you, guide you, right?
ye are not under the law.
Exactly.
Psalms 2. And then after Psalms 2, we're going to close it out with Romans 13 and 11.
Yeah, but you know the laws, that's commandments was, you know,
Right.
it's like cause we're not gonna be saved by the law. We're gonna be saved by our faith and our works. Ultimately, if you part of the elect, you see, you can keep the laws. Which is impossible for you to keep the laws, that's commandments, especially in these present times now.
Yeah.
You see,
But what it say, the law of the schoolmaster.
exactly.
Ultimately, it's gonna basically perfect. It's like it's gonna complete us in rehearsing the righteous acts, so that way we can be loyal, willing, accounted worthy to escape.
Yeah,
and we can
'cause-
call ourselves real students and servants of Yahweh Shema.
Yeah, because what it say, practice make perfect. Hey,
Make perfect.
Romans 3 and 31,
Right.
Romans the 6th chapter.
Right.
You know, but I had one in Romans 8 chapter for you too.
Do your
go with
thing.
it.
It's
me
probably
grab
the
it.
spirit because I got on one of this thing too. What you got?
Yeah, this Romans 8 and 6.
Yep.
Let me start at 5. It said, for they that are after the flesh, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh,
Mhm.
but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit.
Right.
For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
And you gotta want that. That's why Matthew 5 say, "Blessed are those that thirst for righteousness."
Mhm.
And you gotta have that thirst for peace, man.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta want peace.
Come.
If you don't want peace, just continue being that degenerate plant and continue dwelling in the flesh, man. Because at the end of the day, that's gonna equal death.
Come. It
Pretty
says
much.
7. Because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High. For it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be.
All right.
So then they that are in the flesh cannot please the Most High. You can never please the Most High if you walk in the flesh, man. And we ought to what? Please Him.
Man.
Do His will. You see? Let me jump down. Verse 13. Let me read 12. Romans 8 and 12. Therefore, brethren, we are debtors not to the flesh to live after the flesh. For if you live after the flesh, you should die. And that's the point. You're going to die. But if you through the spirit, do mortify the deeds of the body, you shall live. And that's the point. that's it.
Hey, I got a quick one.
Go ahead.
Because it goes into, pleasure, pleasing the Lord. This is Psalms 147, verse 11. The Lord taketh pleasure in them that fear him, and in those that hope in his mercy. So you got to have that fear, man. Here it is. They want to have the cares and the pleasures of this life. But what pleases the Lord? What pleases the Heavenly Father? Fear. It's time to start, man, asking yourself, man, what about the Lord? Pretty much. I hate to sound like a Christian about it, but it's time to ask yourself, like, man, what would the Lord think? What would Yahweh Shai think of me doing this? Or what would he want me to keep going. He want me to, not indulge in y'all wickedness or sit with you niggas and do this and go to parties and club and basically just worldly shit, nigga shit.
Shit.
Lord don't be liking that shit, man. And if you in the spirit, your spirit will start getting kind of roused up when you be seeing niggas come. It's like an alert, like nigga alert or try to come on you. And hey, you gotta listen to it,
Okay. You got something? Is it?
Romans 13 and 11.
Alright.
Romans 13 and 11.
Okay, this Romans 13 and 11. And then knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. But now it's our salvation, nearer than we believe.
Right, our salvation is nearer than when we believe, man. It's time to tap into the spirit. Yahweh Shai is on his way. And guess what? Everybody's going to have to answer, in the day of judgment. But if you've been doing what you're doing and, reading, studying, fellowshipping, fasting, detaching from this world, you ultimately ain't got nothing to worry about. You still fear the Lord. Ain't nobody saying sit on your ass. But you fear the Lord, you still keep those works, man. Because at the end of the day, Lord willing, you're going to be accounted worthy to escape.
So, because it say the righteous will scarcely be saved. Hoping. We should be saved by hope.
Right.
That's why we doing it now. We spiritual training, exercise, feeding our mind now with the spiritual things, man. That what they call food for thought.
Right.
Go ahead. Well, that's it.
Oh, yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Go ahead. You close it out.
Yeah. Come on. Hey, Lord, will he be edified? We're going to give our praises and glory to
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai,
Ba'ashem,
Chakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles teaching us his truth, and blessings to the brothers pushing the word throughout the four corners, man. Hey, above, man.
Above.
Hey, DTA.